Well, good Thursday evening, everyone. Todd Bourne here on Facebook Live tonight, as well as on the weather page of KTALnews.com with a live update on all the rain that we've had here across the area, and it is still coming down. The good news is that the worst is behind it. The bad news is we're still not quite out of the woods yet. Even though we're not going to get as much rain tonight into tomorrow, it doesn't take as much, or it won't take as much to cause some flooding issues across the area. That's because of all the rain we've already had. You can see the totals as estimated by radar. You can see southwest of Henderson over 7 inches, over 6 inches north of Mansfield. Anywhere you see yellow, that's where at least 2 inches has fallen. The reds are areas that have seen at least 4 inches, and in some spots closing in on 5 inches, if not more. So a lot of rain across the ArkLaTex. And keep in mind, for a normal month of April, the entire month, we get a little bit more than 5 inches of rain. So this is about a month's worth of rain in a little over a 24-hour period of time. Coming up tonight, I'm going to give you the latest on how much rain is left, how long it's going to last, where it's raining the heaviest, and show you a couple of models. The newest model information is trending good, not quite as heavy. Futurecast is probably a worst case scenario the way it looks right now, just based on the current radar, and I'll show you the regional radar on that. I'm going to talk about Easter weekend, looking better but not as good as it once looked. Talk about warm up next week, and next week's still looking pretty dry. There's some question about the middle of next week, and I'll show you why that is the case. And then if we have time, we'll go to grain of salt time tonight and talk longer range and see if we have anything unusual on the way as we head into the last half of April. If you have a question or a comment, feel free to ask away. That's one reason why I jump on here. It gives us a good chance to chat with each other, and it's tradition to begin the festivities each night with our hello. So let's see who's tuning in. Brian, hello. Gary, greetings. Linda, hello. Rooster says, need the rain gone now. We have enough. I agree, Rooster, and give me 36 hours and I think the button will start working. Betty, hello. Rusty, just under 5 inches of rain since Sunday. I think I can beat you, Rusty. I poured out 4.15 inches this morning, and I think I had 2 points, very close to 7. I'm very close to 7 since Sunday. So yeah, it's been very, very wet. Hello there, Lee. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. So you can see the totals, as I mentioned, that have fallen since this rain began. Again, this does not include the thunderstorms that we had earlier in the week. And if we go back to Monday, I did make a change to the how much rain graphic here as I put in a 5-day rainfall accumulation. And you can see these areas of pink. I'm just going to kind of click on these. Hopefully I won't cause myself some issues. But you can see at one point when I clicked in, then there was a 9. I'm going to kind of go in here a little bit. So you can see some spots closing in on 9 inches here in northwest Louisiana. So this is since basically the weekend. So we've had just an incredible amount of rain here across our area. Now, if you're wondering about the Red River, it's looking okay because all this rain is falling on us. It's just going to go downstream. If this were to happen, on the border of Texas and Oklahoma, we would be in a big deep trouble. That river would rise quite a bit more, even though the reservoirs would catch a lot of it. But nonetheless, we are going to have to watch the smaller lakes and the smaller streams and bodies of water, such as Cross Lake. It is forecast to crest at, I believe, a 173 Saturday evening is the last forecast that I saw. So this is where we are right now. So I'm going to switch over to the national radar view here. And let me take those off first. There we go. Oh. All right, now we're talking. Okay, good. I was scared those numbers that I clicked on were going to stay there. All right, so let's go to the national radar and show you that. Actually, this is national radar. Okay, so you can see what's happening here is that we do have the moderate rain moving into the southern sections of the ArkLaTex. Notice there is a bit of a break here back to the southwest between Houston and Austin. All of this is moving towards the north and east, so we are going to see the rain begin to let up as this moves to the northeast here later on tonight. And the ArkLaTex model is kind of picking up on that, as it is trended a little bit drier from the numbers that I showed during the early newscasts this evening. So still probably looking at a couple more inches south of Shreveport. But again, the trend is good. We're not out of the woods yet, but it is looking better. So that's the current look at the regional radar. Again, the rain covering the southeastern, four-fifths of the ArkLaTex for the most part right now. And what is going to happen here is that we still have, again, the potential of seeing too much rain. Latest from the Weather Prediction Center has changed, and does notice Shreveport is now out of that slight risk area, and the main best chance for any flooding issues will be further to the south, which is a part of the ArkLaTex which did not receive quite as much rain last night. So even though more rain may fall there, they'll just bring them up to where we are, and it doesn't look like it's going to be as intense as it was last night in East Texas and Northwest Louisiana, in other words, around Shreveport. All right, so that's what we're looking at there. So let's go into specifics here, and I'm going to kind of show you the ArkLaTex model, and this is the latest run that has come in, and I'm going to, again, the 0Z run is still coming in, and that's going to might be a little bit different what this shows, but you can see the heavier rains here in the next couple of hours south of I-20, and then that back edge of the rain that I showed looks like it's starting to arrive after midnight tonight. So we might see a bit of a lull late tonight, and then light stuff during the course of the morning with a few heavier pockets over the southern sections of the ArkLaTex. So again, the heaviest here in the next several hours. We start to ease up a bit later on tonight. We'll see some lingering showers, especially south of Interstate 20 tomorrow, and then we hopefully will shut things off for tomorrow night. So this is the most likely scenario. You can kind of see how this matches up with the regional radar that I showed. Again, the back edge of that shield getting closer to us. Let's take a look at what this same model run from the HR is showing in terms of rainfall potential. And you can see it has east side in I-20 corridor in Louisiana about a half an inch. In Texas, less than a quarter of an inch. That's because that shield gets there a bit quicker. Notice southern part of the area, again, this only goes to 2 p.m. tomorrow, but you're in that 1 to 2 inch range of additional rain on top of what you just saw from the radar estimates in Natchitoches and Sabine parishes. So 1 to 2 inches of rain there. A few 3-inch totals will be possible. So this is the most likely scenario. Now let's go to the worst case scenario. So expect this, but prepare for this. And this is the worst case. Now, this run of Futurecast is a little bit older. All right, it's not as up to date as what I just showed you. Again, it's showing the rain moving into the region now. There's a bit of a lull, but it brings back more heavy rain tomorrow, something that's not really indicated that well on the current radar. All right, so that means grain of salt with this. And then notice heading into the afternoon, it does decrease in intensity, and then we should see the bulk of the rain end tomorrow night. And then Saturday, we salvage an okay day. We start off with clouds. There is going to be a small chance for some rain. The HR model was showing that with the afternoon longer range run of it. And we actually could close Saturday with a little bit of sunshine. So, the end is in sight to this stuff, in other words. Now, again, worst case scenario, here's a Futurecast depiction of rain. Now, as you look at these numbers, keep in mind this is several hours old and includes rain that has already fallen. Okay, so the additional rain, we're not going to get 4 more inches in Mansfield. We're not going to get 4.5 inches in Center. I almost guarantee that. But again, the possibility is there that we could get, 2-3 inches of rain basically over the southern tier of counties and parishes across the area. No severe weather to worry about tonight, which of course is good news, just the rain. And I don't think we'll have the issues with the thunder and lightning that we had last night across the area. It's just going to be rain. Might have a rumble of thunder, but doesn't look like it's going to be a big deal. All right, so that being said, that's the short range look at things. What I'm going to do here now is, before I answer any of your questions, what I have to do is go in here and get this ready for grain of salt time. Now, I used the, sorry for the pink there. I used the, I got to change my toolbar, in other words. Okay, come on, let's go. Boy, it doesn't like it. Whenever I do this when I'm live, it really does. Usually it's a couple clicks. All right, now we're going. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, now I got it. I think. There we go. All right, so I'm ready to go. There's the radar. Let me zoom that out. So in case you're tuning in, we got the rain falling now. Probably going to be heaviest for the next couple of hours. All this heavy stuff probably going to stay to the south of Toledo Bend, and then we should be seeing some improvement. All right, let me answer some of your questions here. Let's see, who else is? Anthony, hello. Lee, my zero turn gets stuck when I try to mow. I bet it does, Lee. It's not surprising. So it looks like Santa and the Easter Bunny are having fun there, Chris. And I actually have a couple jokes for you. Chris made a request on one of my previous posts to have an Easter dad joke. I got a twofer. If I can remember the first one, it's in my head. I got the other one written down. Marnita, hello. Hopefully you're doing okay tonight. All right, let's go to grain of salt time, and we'll talk pattern first of all. And you can see as we look at the overall pattern, notice the southwesterly winds above us. This is, a little less than 20,000 feet above us. And so you got the southwesterly winds above us, above this chilly air mass. So obviously it's going to produce rain. And that's going to continue until that little ripple back here to the west moves through, and then we'll shut off the rain. Now, this is the GFS, and it has been kind of hinting at a big closed upper level low forming right over us during the middle part of next week. This is an outlier, so we'll see if this actually plays out. There's the ridge, which Chris probably going to bring Phoenix their 90-degree temperature before we get it. So if this doesn't happen, we will be warmer than what you're going to see here on the ensembles. All right, and that moves out, and then we'll see another disturbance give us a shot for some showers and thunderstorms. And each run of the GFS is different by day 10, and this is a lot different than what I showed during the early newscast. All right, so that's the pattern. Huge grain of salt with this, okay? Huge. All right, so as far as that's concerned, let's talk 10-day rain. And this makes the point very well, I think. Most of this is actually counting what is falling now. So this kind of gives you a sense of what's possible here during the night. And this is not as old as the numbers I showed you from Futurecast. So you can see those 3-inch totals down towards Natchitoches and Manny, probably worst case. Again, in that half an inch to an inch ballpark along I-20, and not much at all. Again, this is 10 days worth. This is not just tonight, and that kind of goes to show you too how little is on the way once we get through tonight and tomorrow across the area. As far as the longer range temperatures, you can see that we will see temperatures begin to warm up, obviously, as we lose the rain. One reason why we stay in the 50s today. GFS ensembles show that we will stay in the 50s tomorrow, 70s by Easter Sunday. There's that upper level low Monday, Tuesday, which, again, grain of salt with that. We will warm up end of next week, but not as warm as the models were indicating earlier. Mid-80s Friday. Again, a shot for some rain maybe Saturday or Sunday of next week. And then we kind of stay close to normal in the mid to upper 70s, low 80s. Lows generally in the 50s. All right, that's the GFS ensembles. European ensembles, again, usually run a little cool compared to the GFS ensembles. Notice we don't have the cool down here for Monday, Tuesday, and then we do have the warm up. And then also notice a little bit. So that tells you something is happening here. When this trend stops, something has to happen to end that trend. So that means probably sometime next weekend we will see some showers and maybe a few thunderstorms. And it looks like I missed typed the last day here on this. I apologize. I have to enter these numbers in by hand, so sometimes I get a little bit too fast on the draw. So you get the gist of it. But nonetheless, lows in the 50s, highs mainly in the 70s, with some 80s probably on the way for next week. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here in the longer range. I don't see, I would click the drought number, but I think we know where we stand. It's at the drought monitor part of that. So there you go. Let's see, who else do I need to address here? Marinita. Do I think we'll see a lot more rain in the rest of the month? I think it's pretty safe to say, Betty, that we will see less rain in the last half than we have seen in the first half. Ooh, big prediction, Todd, right? I say that because pretty much all of next week is looking dry. Again, the ensembles going out a long ways don't really show a whole lot. We probably will start to get, after our little week break, we start probably picking up again in the last half of April, but we will not see as much as we're seeing now. I don't think we're going to see severe weather season shut down just yet. Maybe, as we get further into May, it'll quiet down quite a bit, but it's a little bit early for that. Good question there, Betty. So, in other words, no, we're not out of the woods yet as far as severe weather and as far as that goes. All right, so that's pretty much the story. I didn't see Sarah on here tonight, so I guess we'll move on and kind of wrap things up tonight. This is the look at the forecast, and you can see that tonight we will see the periods of rain continue. Probably the heaviest of the rains will be tonight, if that graphic loads. There it is. We'll see temperatures a few degrees below where we are right now. Again, right now we're pretty much in the lower 50s. We'll settle into the upper 40s at most locations. Tomorrow, we will see, again, a few periods of rain. Shouldn't be too heavy tomorrow. And of the rain we have tomorrow, it will be heaviest over the south, but still not too bad, as you saw with the HRRR model. And temperatures will stay rather cool, a good 20 degrees below normal, as we'll only make it into the middle 70s tomorrow. Here's a look. If you look at the ensembles and all the other different models that go out 10 days, this is what you come up with. Easter Sunday. Now looks like we'll see quite a few clouds. I do think we'll see some sunshine Easter Sunday. 71 degrees for the daytime high Sunday. We start to warm up a bit more with, again, some lingering clouds Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday really greatly depend on if we see that upper level low cut off like the GFS indicates. If it doesn't, those 73s will go up. And you can see 86 by Friday. Chance for some thunderstorms maybe next Saturday. That could be pushed back to Saturday night, Sunday. We'll see. Highs next weekend should warm back up into the middle 80s. And notice nothing as far as cold here for the foreseeable future. Betty, you are 100% right. We not only need it, we deserve it. It's been a rough week with the storms Sunday and the storms Tuesday and now the rain. Sometimes I hate April for obvious reasons. All right, so that'll do it for me. Of course, it's tradition. It's becoming a tradition to tell a dad joke tonight. Chris requested, I will not be here tomorrow night. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll give you a twofer. A man was teaching his son how to drive, and his son was doing a good job, and all of a sudden, a rabbit runs across the road, and he hits it. But he said, "Oh no, Dad, I think I ruined Easter. I hit the Easter bunny." His dad looks in the mirror and says, "No, son, you're fine. You missed him by a hair." Okay. That's why, anyway. What day does an Easter egg hate the most? Any guesses? What day does an Easter egg hate the most? The answer is tomorrow, Friday. Okay. And I'll end it on that sad note. Yeah, I wish we could, Chris. Put it in a capsule. You're quite welcome, Brian. I'm glad everyone loves the jokes. Okay, that'll do it for me tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 9 on Fox or at 10 on NBC6. Of course, I will have another rendition of the HRRR model to share with you, the latest numbers from that. So tune in for the latest on how much rain is on the way. Again, I won't be here tomorrow night. I'll be back Monday. And hopefully we'll have better news and more long-lasting news on the dry weather, which is coming our way. So again, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will chat with you again Monday. Until then, have a great Easter weekend and stay dry. Good night.